Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Figure Attack. Today I am super stoked because I have finished Wave 2 of the Superpowers line. Yes, that includes John Stewart Green Lantern, The Flash, and the Batman Who Laughs. That is cool to have these things in hand. I can't wait to get them over to the photo booth, so let's not waste any time. Let's just go over there and start playing. Now that we're in the photo booth, let's take a look at each figure in the package. First up is the Batman Who Laughs. Of course, you can see the great artwork from Greg Capullo over here. Nice look at the figure. Back of the package gives you the bio, the UPC, and a look at all of the figures and vehicles that are available so far in this line. Let's take a look at the Flash. Of course, this is the classic Flash logo along with a newer version of Barry Allen Flash. And over here, this figure doesn't really represent this particular character. There are a few differences. The boots are not the same. Of course, you don't have all the details in the costume like you have over here, but the mask sort of kind of does represent this figure just without all the detail, the lines in it and stuff. So little differences there that kind of irk me. Back of the card gives you a bio, UPC, and all the figures that you can have. John Stewart Green Lantern, of course, you get a newer Green Lantern logo. This is a newer kind of costume for Green Lantern John Stewart. Of course, this represents that costume pretty well. Like with the other figures, just a nice look at the back with the bio and the UPC. So you can put this in BrickSeek and try to find this at your local Walmart. Now that we've got all that out of the way, let's break these guys open. And of course, let's get my hands on these because I'm ready to play. So first up, let's take a look at the Batman Who Laughs because, you know, there's no real Superpowers representation from the classic line with this character. I will say this is a pretty neat, figure for a newer character in this kind of action figure scale. Now I will say this is a pretty neat figure. I never would have thought that McFarlane would give us this character in the Superpowers line, and when I heard that it was rumored to be in the line, honestly I had my doubts, but this thing turned out fairly well. Of course, taking a look at the articulation, this guy's head can oh gosh, those things are sharp. His head can turn side to side. It can't turn all the way around because the chin will not go past the collar. Arms rotate all the way around, and of course it's got there and knee bends just like classic Superpowers line. Now I thought, they may homage the Joker figure and the Penguin figure, and this would pop out with the two little pegs that pop in like the other classic Superpowers figures, but that's a no-go. This is actually glued in, so this is not coming out. And this is like that same kind of soft plastic that you might find on like a DC Multiverse cape or something. Other than that, really nice figure. Just looking at the details, nice paint lines on everything. Everything looks really, really nice. Even the belt, the buckles on the little things here are painted silver. That's nice. I don't even think we got that with the original DC Multiverse figure. So this is a really cool addition to the Superpowers line. Next up is the Flash. As you can tell, just again, solid paint jobs on these. Of course, there's not much to paint. None of this is raised, like the lines around here. So that is decent. Now, I will say the camera, it's hard to pick up in the camera, but they only went around the arm one time with the paint, so the red plastic is bleeding through a little bit on the yellow. The sticker on the chest looks good. I'm assuming that's a sticker. I don't see lines around it, but I doubt anybody painted that on there. Yellow boots look cool. Just a light yellow colored plastic. I wish the legs would split some, maybe some heat and holding it apart will make them spread a little bit, because he is a little bit hard to stand. His legs kind of come in and it makes him fall forward or backwards. I like the lightning things on his head. Those are pretty nice. A lot better than the original Superpowers figure. He does have a similar kind of build to that classic Superpowers figure, and I guess that's what the sculptors were going for. As far as articulation goes, his head can turn all the way around. Arms rotate all the way around. Legs lift up about that high. And of course, he has the knee bend. Boom, and that is it for articulation for this guy. We're going to stand him up over here, and we're going to bring in the original Flash from the Superpowers line, and you can tell there is a huge difference in height on these guys. Look at that. Not quite a head taller, but a good half head taller than the original Flash. So this is, these figures do not scale well with the original Superpowers figures, unfortunately. I'm okay with that. I've learned to live with that after playing around with the first 3 figures. I can't have my cake and eat it too, I don't think. I don't ever think I'll ever be able to do that, so I'm going to live with the scale that these are in, and I hope McFarlane doesn't mess with it. You know, you've already got 5 figures out now. Leave the scale as is, but keep everything in that scale and we'll be good. Finally, we have a look at the John Stewart Green Lantern figure. Check this out. Nice sculpt. There is a couple little paint blemishes on his face. Of course, the ring, there's a little issues with the paint around the hand. I'm okay with it. Again, I'm not going to complain too hard about that. Some chips here around the boot. So overall, the Batman Who Laughs and the Flash were much better painted figures with less issues on them. But this is, you know, this is considered Wave 1 maybe. And I will say that because take a look at this. Take a look at this. Here is the Batman Who Laughs and the Flash. Look, they have holes, peg holes in the bottom of their feet. This guy does not. Okay, none of the Wave 1 figures had peg holes in your feet. There's Superman, there's Batman, no peg holes, and of course there's Darkseid, no peg holes. So none of those figures have peg holes in their feet, but the 2 newer, the Batman Who Laughs and the Flash do. So I'm calling him Wave 1. I'm just gonna call him Wave 1. He comes with a cool battery, Green Lantern power battery, or lantern. This is pretty cool, and he can hold it. Kind of reminiscent of the original Green Lantern from the Superpowers line. You have to open his hand up just a hair, but it's very pliable. His hand's pliable, so you can get that in there and he can hold it just like that. As soon as he's acting like, you can hold it like that just so he can act like he's about to charge his ring. In blackest night and darkest day, and I'll forever power my battery this way. I know that's not right. Again, taking a look at articulation on this guy. Head spins all the way around. Arms rotate all the way around. Legs can lift about that high, and knees bend pretty well. All you want in a Superpowers figure. Now we're going to bring in Hal Jordan over here from the original Superpowers line, and you can tell there is a big difference in height. Again, even in the size of the lanterns. Look at that. Woo boy, let's bring that in. Hal Jordan's lantern is a lot smaller than John Stewart's lantern. Then if you look back to back on these guys, the height difference is not so egregious on the Green Lantern figures as it is on the Flash figures. Now I can see John Stewart being a tad taller than Hal Jordan, so I'm not overly dissatisfied with the scale on between these 2 figures. So here is everything that we have so far from McFarlane's Superpowers line. I am in love with this line. Guys, I cannot implore you more to buy these things. These are Walmart exclusives. They're harder to track down because of that. And I know not everybody has access to them, but please, please go out, find these, buy them. I want a whole pile more of these. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this line. This brings back so many memories, and I'm so happy to have these figures in this scale again with the correct articulation. I know Spin Master puts out its own little thing. To me, it doesn't hold a candle to these guys. I'm just in love with this scale, this look of these classic characters. Well, not so classic in these 2 over here, but you know, just this aesthetic. Please, please, please go out, buy these. I'm in love with them. And if you are a child of the 80s, I hope that you'll be in love with these as well. All right, folks, leave a comment below. Let me know if you have these guys. If you do, tell me whether you like them or not. If you don't, tell me if you're going to pick them up, or you're just going to pass on the Flash, Green Lantern, and the Batman Who Laughs. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content. I sure would appreciate it. Find me on projectactionfigure.com each and every day for the latest action figure news. You can check out all my social media accounts at Figure Attack, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all the cool places where all the cool people hang out. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. God bless.